A 2017 study finds that 64,000 women who drank diet sodas were 25% more likely to develop type 2 diabetes. 2018 study that follows 400,000 people for 10 years concludes that including artificial sweeteners in your diet does not help with weight loss. And everybody and their mother knows that artificial sweeteners give you cancer, make you gain weight, wreck your metabolism, cause your hair to fall out, and make your teeth rot. Cherry edition. We'll compare these two at the end of the video. But today we're talking artificial sweeteners because I was on a walk this morning, I swung by 7-Eleven, and there was a sale. 2 for $3, not bad. So I got me a Diet Pepsi and a Diet Coke, and I looked back at those cigarettes on the shelf, and I thought, there are a lot of people out there who are really afraid of Diet Coke and Diet Pepsi and aspartame and sucralose and the blue packets and the pink packets and the yellow packets, but they're still buying packs of cigarettes. And I used to be way more convinced that artificial sweeteners were super dangerous. The more and more I dive into the research, the more and more that I want to prove that they're bad, the less and less I can actually prove it. Drinking Diet Coke does not prevent you from losing weight. The lack of calories in Coke Zero don't magically get turned into calories in your body. That's just not how it works. I mean, they are proving this in rat studies. If you look at the studies, they are giving tons of aspartame to these rats, and it's resulting in some rather negative health effects. It's not good for rats. But we gotta remember something. Humans are not rats. And we will never be able to consume as much artificial sweeteners as those rats are given in those studies. All of these studies linking negative health effects on humans to artificial sweetener consumptions are done with massive, massive study groups of people. Like, we're talking anywhere from like 10 to 100,000. Such large study groups that we know there are other things at play going on. Artificial sweeteners do not make you gain body fat. However, you make a habit of consuming artificial sweeteners all the time on a regular basis, and you feel like you're getting away with something, and then you feel like you can get away with more things. You've eaten very low calories today and you've only consumed artificial sweeteners, so by the end of the day you're like, hey, I'll have some pizza, I'll have some donuts, I'll go off my diet, I deserve it, this thing has 0 calories. Not to mention a huge market of people that are buying these 0-calorie drinks are people that are already overweight and already suffering from health issues. A lot of times when they try to diet, they're not actually tracking their calories. When they switch to these artificial sweeteners, they go ahead and make up for those calories in other ways. These are not very filling, but neither is regular soda. Say someone drinks 2 of these sodas every day, you're looking at least 100 grams of sugar and like 500 calories. If you drink 2 diet sodas a day, that's no calories. So if you could switch that little behavior and nothing else, you'd be saving 500 calories a day. But here's the thing, humans don't work like that. We don't switch that behavior and nothing else. We are deeply psychological, emotional, unexplainable creatures, and when we start drinking these diet sodas, we adopt bad habits. You know who gets away with drinking tons of artificial sweeteners? Bodybuilders, figure competitors, people that are meticulously tracking their diets. They are housing artificial sweeteners and they're fine. We can speculate all we want about what's going on inside of their bodies, what's going on inside of their brain. At the end of the day, the research is not conclusive. We don't know what's going on inside this bottle when it goes inside of our bodies. We do know that artificial sweeteners do change our gut microbiome, but so does every food we consume. The gut microbiome, although some people who have watched a Netflix documentary or listened to a podcast or two will try to convince you that they're experts on the topic, real experts on the gut microbiome will say things like, we know about as much about the gut microbiome as we know about the vast expanse of outer space. We have vague ideas and we can identify things and we can see correlations in it, but we don't really know what's going on. Like, we don't know who the real good and bad guys of the gut microbiome are. We don't know what might happen if you overconsume artificial sweeteners every day for a prolonged period of time. But here's what is conclusive. Here's what I know for a fact. The more you experience that sensation of hyper sweetness, the more your palate is just bombarded with a dose of artificial sweeteners or regular sweeteners, whether you're over-consuming sugar or over-consuming aspartame or over-consuming sucrose. It does affect your palate. It does affect your sensation of sweetness. So my general rule of thumb for people is to try to avoid bombarding your palate with sweetness as much as you can so that you preserve the amazing taste of strawberries and apples and bananas. If you can take a tablespoon of honey and it's not like overwhelming, you might have a problem with artificial sweeteners or regular sweeteners. Either way, that's the problem. It's not about what the sweetness is, it's about the sensation of sweetness and abusing it. And here's the thing, people are very likely to abuse something that they think they can get away with. For example, let's say I throw a new product out on the market, I call it Hulk Hands. You rub it on your hands and it makes your hands 25% stronger. People who buy this product are gonna start punching punching walls and injuring their hands because 25% stronger isn't that much stronger. But still, when you feel like you're getting away with something, you're gonna test your limits. When you feel like you're getting away with Coke and Pepsi Zero, you are gonna test your limits and you're gonna let things slip. Correlation does not equal causation. If you look at the United States as a whole, as ice cream consumption goes up, so do robberies. This is not because eating Ben & Jerry's turns you into Bonnie and Clyde. This is because warmer weather is associated with both ice cream and robberies. You can't just look at two things without really isolating them in a lab setting and come to a conclusion. But if you want to go look at calorie-controlled lab studies and metabolic wards of people consuming artificial sweeteners, you're going to be very underwhelmed with what you find. I personally consume them very irregularly because it helps me stick to my otherwise very healthy diet. For example, I've been sleeping like crap for the past couple of days. I've always been an incredibly light sleeper, and sometimes I just suffer from repeated bouts of insomnia, and that's just the way it is. And I'm working to fix this, but over time I have realized that when you are sleep deprived, you tend to crave sugary things. So when I find myself in a sleep deprived state, I kill two birds with one stone, I get a little bit of caffeine in, and I buy me a Coke Zero. I don't keep these in the house all the time, I don't drink them every day, but when I do drink them, I know that it's a treat and it replaces the ice cream or the potato chips or the regular Coke that I would be buying otherwise. And saving on the sugar and calories seems better to me than the alternative. The benefits of keeping your body fat within a healthy range are real and proven. The detriments of consuming artificial sweeteners are not proven. They are speculative and they are anecdotal, but they might be real. So at the end of the day, the proven detriments of weight gain outweigh the disproven detriments of artificial sweeteners. There are people out there who smoke cigarettes who are afraid of Diet Coke. So that's my hot take. Mabel is over it. She's like, dude, you are freaking out. It's only 8 a.m. Calm down. And since it's only 8 a.m., I don't want to drink both of these whole things, but I do want to do a taste test to compare the two because I never drink Pepsi Zero, and I want to know what the difference is between Pepsi Zero and Coke Zero. And I also don't usually do the cherry flavors, so let's go ahead in. First thing, they are both sweetened with aspartame, and their ingredient labels are incredibly similar. The only noticeable difference about these ingredients is that Coke Zero contains only 57 milligrams of caffeine, while Pepsi Zero contains 115 milligrams. So if you want that caffeine hit, go for the Pepsi Zero. And I'm gonna start with the tried and true Coke. I'm a Coke guy myself. Even though I occasionally drink these things, I never drink them at 8 a.m., so that's a lot. Definitely a lot of cherry. Definitely has that classic Coke subtle vanilla-y taste. And I feel like with Coke, I can tell that there's like sodium in it. You know, I can tell it's got a little savoriness to it. There's some depth to Coke. All right, let's try Pepsi. What do you think? Coke or Pepsi? Write in the comments, let me know. I don't know why, I've just always been into Coke. Smell test? Honestly, it smells kind of like Twizzlers. Definitely different. More pronounced cherry, more pronounced citrus. I think this one is overall sweeter, probably has more aspartame and more of a citrusy vibe. And I didn't smell this one. This one smells more like a cherry Jolly Rancher. This one smells more like Twizzlers. Double fisting over here. But either way, at the end of the day, either one is safe to consume in moderation. Don't overdo it. Don't drink both of these. I'm gonna go put them in my fridge, probably drink one today, probably drink one the next time I can't sleep. I'm not gonna think about it too much. I'm not gonna stress about it too much. I'm gonna focus on the big rocks of health and fitness. I'm gonna focus on strength training and exercising and getting my steps in every day and having quality relationships and not having food addictions and not over abusing these artificial sweeteners. Just use some moderation. One video a day, every day for 30 days. Do you drink Pepsi? Do you drink Coke? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.